Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to part 2 of the remix series, and this one will just be aligning the vocals that we had from Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People. We want to align them to our song, to the patterns, so that when we go to actually remix this, we won't have a problem with the placement of the vocals. Now obviously a lot of the times people like to cut up the vocals a little bit, and that we can do, but it's just good to know where the vocals should be placed on the grid here, so that when we put our patterns down, it doesn't sound off. So make sure that you align the vocals to the patterns and not the patterns to the vocals. So what we have here is from the last tutorial. We got the kick hitting at the tempo of 142, and we got the bass there as well. So we got the main chord progression of the song that I'm pretty sure doesn't even change at all. Some songs have different chord progressions, like the verse will have a different chord progression than the chorus, and that can happen. Just do what I did in the last tutorial and look it up, I guess, if you're not able to figure it out by ear. So that is the bass line. So what you do, right, is you take that and you just drag it along the playlist like this, okay? So make sure that it hits the very side of the playlist, and it fits within the grid and everything, so that now we can start aligning it accordingly. So here's what we'll do with the vocals. I was thinking that I should make it so that the chorus, like the first chorus of the song, starts on bar 33. So like we'll have a full 32 bars just to kind of build an intro and kind of get that settled. Alright, so I'm gonna look for that first chorus here. Yeah, I think that's it right there. Okay, yeah. So what I'm gonna do, since this is like all right here, I'm going to see if all is on the on beat. All right, the word all. Now a lot of the times vocals don't work like that. The chorus isn't always just the first word on the on beat. A lot of the times there is a few words before or even a few words after the on beat. So you have to kind of be careful on what word or syllable is actually the on beat syllable, I guess. So to make it more precise for when we actually move these vocals around, we want to hit the magnet up here on the top left and hit in parentheses none, and that will just give us absolutely no lock on. So now we can just move it very precisely. And also what I'm going to do is going to hit the number 3 on my keyboard, and that will zoom me in a little more so we can really see what we're doing. Alright, so here is all. And we're going to see if this sounds okay with the chord progression and the on beat and the tempo and everything. Yeah, you can kind of see that it's kind of late over here. So what I'll do, since it's kind of late over here, we're going to push it over a little bit. Now I'm starting to notice that it's sounding a little offbeat, so I can push it back more, so that maybe we can make it so that kids, all the other kids would be the on beat. That's also wrong too, because you can hear that the chord progression is not really working. Right, so it's somewhere in between point A and point B here. So once you kind of figure that out, just kind of keep on trying it, keep on backing it up until it's aligned, I guess. Oh.
Faster than my bullet, all the other kids with
So yeah, you can hear that it's actually pretty well aligned now. Now to make sure that we're on the right track, go somewhere else in the song, like a later part of the song, and go just right over here, and see if it's still aligned, see if it still sounds okay. And if so, then you know that the song is structured to the patterns here. Also, I'm going to go back into the magnet and I can hit cell, and cell is like the default lock on to the grid here, so don't worry about that, you're just kind of going back to the regular lock on. Okay, so now that we got that all established, we can just remove that for now, because we don't really want to have that same kind of beat playing the entire song. I guess we could look into, actually wait, we should actually link that to the mixer first. So what we'll do is we'll double click on that envelope. You'll open up the channel settings, and you could already go into the mixer and link it. But if you go into step sequencer, you can see that because you double clicked on it, the green light is next to the channel. I guess I could rename that to acapella. Wow, oh my goodness, vocals. So there. But yeah, you can also click on the channel, doesn't really matter. And then go into the mixer, and that's the button right here on the far right. If you haven't actually moved this, it should be up here somewheres. But yeah, I just put it right in the middle. So it's the button on the far right. And this is the mixer. This is usually where you prepare or do the mix down. It's where your mix down is at. You know, all the leveling and EQ and things like that. So I like to leave insert 1 to insert 10. I like to leave all that for my drums. Insert 11 to insert 20, I like to leave that space for my instruments like plugins and stuff like that. And whatever else like effects and samples and vocals like this, I like to have it 21 and above. Now obviously sometimes I have more instruments or something like that, so I can still move them, but I kind of leave that template. So insert 21, I'm going to right click on that, link to selected channels to this track, and there it is. You can see it even colors it and everything. And with that lit up and the arrow going above it right up here, we can go on these one of these 8 slots. Doesn't really matter which one you go on, it's just 8 different effects that you can add. So if you're hitting that arrow, you can open up Parametric Eq2, and that's our EQ. You can boost or cut off certain frequencies to add clarity or boost certain sounds from the track. But this is our vocals, and when you EQ the vocals, you just want to make them clearer. So what I like to do, if you guys see me mix before, I like to take the purple thing here, and I click on it, drag it down twice. You can see that now it's like a hill. Sometimes I'll take the dot here, click on it, drag down until it becomes more of a cut. And you don't really have to, but a lot of times I find myself doing that. I'm just going to disable these because it's kind of getting my way. But yeah, this just cuts off low frequencies, just being cut off from the vocals, just that extra noise that we don't need. So I guess now I'll just play the vocals and start EQing. Now to add clarity, what you normally want to do is brighten up the vocals by boosting up some of the high ends. That can kind of mess up the way the S's sound. That happens with my mic a lot, and it can be pretty brutal on the ears, so be careful with some acapellas, but I don't think this one is too bad. So I'm going to put the 7 over here, and I'm going to boost up like this area, the upper mid treble. Now this is just the chorus. It's another part of the song like this. I'm gonna make sure that sounds clear as well.
Inside the closet, where the box of fun things I don't even know what, but it's coming for you.
I just don't want that kind of radio sound to get too loud or annoying. That's why I boosted down the mid section.
Run, better run, now run, my gun. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, faster than my bullet.
But yeah, all vocals are done differently, and this is very quick, like, not really a big deal that, you know, it's not perfect. I'm also going to boost it up a little bit, like, let's say about 5 decibels. We want to hit almost 0 decibels a lot of the times, the vocals. I'm going to turn down the master channel as well to about 75%. Now that it just sounds, it sounds quieter, but you can see that you go in the decibel meter here, it didn't go down any. We can also add some reverb. Wouldn't do any harm. I make the size a little bit bigger. Take out some of the low cut, boost up the high end. A little bit of that, and change the stereo shape for that as well. I wouldn't really necessarily add delay, like echo to this, because it's pretty fast paced. I think it'll just kind of get in the way. We might do later, but I think it's pretty good that way. I also won't add any stereo shaping yet. So generally that's the effects for the vocals I'm going to add right now. If you want to learn more about effects, I have a video on that. I'll leave an annotation. But yeah, so this is the browser. I got VSC2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And I guess you can start picking instruments. We don't really have to be too serious about this. I'm going to go for a more clubby kick, but if you're making house music or something else, go for something a little softer, I guess. But yeah, I'm going for that hands up, big kind of club style. So I'm going to actually make that bass go on pattern 2 here. Just there. Okay, so now we got pattern 1 with the drums. That's kick 31. We also want some hi-hats as well. We also want like a constant kind of ticking noise. You could also add a ride to the kick to make it more powerful. Anyway, we can change that at any other point. So I want to add some nice claps. I like to layer actually more than one clap at a time. This is VSC2. 1 second. Sorry, it sounded odd. don't really need that third one, do we? And we can change that any other point. I'm just gonna try to make this quick. But yeah, this will all be in the description, the FLP Studio Project file. But yeah, so generally what you would do is, since it's all on pattern 1, you want to split by channel. So right click, split by channel, and now we got everything all laid out from pattern 1 to pattern 8 with all these 8 channels. So you can have the kick, start with the kick. We're not going to have the rides yet. Okay, we're actually going to have to mix this. We want to add all this to the mixer before we actually put it in our song. So I like to do this first. I want to get everything all nice and balanced before I actually do anything, and I think I will actually do that in the next tutorial, all the mixing of all these instruments. But we really just want to get this song nice and structured before actually doing things. This all takes a lot of time, but the main goal of this series is to show you like all the things you kind of have to do and go through before to kind of prepare yourself for the remix, making the actual remix, and kind of finishing as well. So structuring it all and getting it all nice and organized is a huge help. That would be a transition area right there. Then we'll add everything. So yeah, that's a pretty good way to end the tutorial. So now that it's all structured, you see how easy it is just to kind of put a bunch of instruments down and actually kind of get something going. Now this is very badly mixed. Like a lot of things are not loud enough or too loud. So we're definitely going to get into all that in the next tutorial, just getting everything on neat and mixed in. We'll also be getting more instruments and things like that, and really starting to structure the intro. So hopefully we can do that in the next tutorial, but for now I'm gonna stop this here. I hope this helped for most of you, and aligning can be a little bit hard at first, but you can actually listen to the original song and see where things actually start off, like in the intro where the chord progression actually starts. That can also help as well if you're really lost, but this was relatively easy. So that's pretty much that. Hope you guys enjoy the tutorial, and I'll see you next time.